Hi, so I read the book Hidden by Helen Frost. This is what mine looked like because it was a paper cover, but this is what the hardcover looks like. So, this is Frost's description of what happened in the book because it's pretty confusing as to who does what. So, when Ren and Dara meet at age 14, they recognize each other instantly, though they've never actually met. It has been 6 years since something happened that affected each of them profoundly. Dara's father stole a car and drove it home, not knowing that Ren was hiding in the back. Dara was the only one who guessed that Ren stayed hidden in their locked garage. How could she help Ren and still protect her father? Ren was hungry, thirsty, trapped, and terrified, not knowing who to trust for hours, dragged on as she searched for a way out and also what to eat. Now it cuts halfway through the book, and the girls flash forward to the future, and they are both at the same camp. And they end up in the same cabin, coincidentally, and they realize that they both know each other, and they know who they are, but they've never talked before. All they know is, like, what the news has said about their families. So they end up being friends, and they wait until the last minute to talk about what had happened, so it's interesting to see how everything plays out. Helen Frost, she was born in South Dakota. The website on there is also her website. She graduated from Syracuse University with an elementary education degree with a focus in English. She got her master's degree from the Indiana University. She loves writing poetry, and she's married and has 2 sons, and she loves doing things outside like traveling, hiking, beaded gourd work, kayaking, and raising and releasing monarch butterflies. These are all of the awards and nominations that Hidden has gotten. I'm not going to read them all for you, but if you want to look them up, here is the list of them. And I would like to read to you some of the interesting parts that would maybe get you hooked in the book. So this is the first page of the book. I was a happy little girl wearing a pink dress sitting in our gold minivan, dancing with my doll Chimera. I'll be right back, Mom promised. Leave the music on, I begged, so she left her keys dangling while she ran in to pay for gas and buy a Diet Coke. I think about that little girl, the way you might remember your best friend who moved away. Sitting in the middle seat beside an open window, her seatbelt fastened, she looked out at the world. And then she heard a gunshot from inside the store. That's when I stopped breathing. I clicked my seatbelt off, dived into the back, and ducked down on the floor to hide under a blanket until Mom came back. I heard the car door open, heard it close, the music stopped. Why? Mom liked that song. I breathed again. Mom smelled like cigarettes. I pushed the blanket off my face, opened my mouth to ask, what happened in there? But then I heard a word Mom wouldn't say. A man's voice. Come on, start! He was yelling at our car, and the car obeyed him. It started up, and just like it thought Mom was driving. So, at the beginning of the book, it opens up with Ren getting stolen in the car, and then we'll hop over to when Dara starts talking, and it says, I woke up from a very weird dream. A cartoon skunk sprayed Dad and danced in our yard. Then I smelled a skunk for real. I wanted to find out if Ren had found the sandwich I left for her in the garage floor. I used the kind of plastic bag that zips up tight so no ants would get in. I can't believe I thought of that. So Dara was trying to help Ren get out, and this was when when Ren did get out, and Dara just realized it. But the funny thing is, like, when Dara talks in the book, it has the normal story here, and then if you look at the last word of the longest sentences, like, Dad used to have a job making parts of cars. So it says, like, a little backstory of what Dara is thinking. So that's in every chapter that Dara says something, or every Dara chapter. The last word of the longest sentences say a different thing than what the original story says. And then the last is when they see each other during camp. So this is Dara talking. How many girls my age named Ren can there be? Plus I remember her picture and she looks exactly the same. Older, of course, and different hair, but it has to be her. Now I really don't know what to say. Mom, could we please get back in the car and go home? Mom says, Grandma just wanted you to be happy. Is that asking too much of you? How many ways can I tell her the same thing? I turn away. She goes, Dara! And this girl, Ren, hears my name and gets a look like something just hit her. I see it in slow motion. She doesn't want to look at me, but she can't help it, and I can't help staring back. Mom asks, do you know that girl? I think, hello, remember? She was in our garage eavesdropping on everything we did and said for 2 nights and a day. She told the cops where we lived so Dad got arrested. You know, the one who ruined our lives. I say, no, I've never seen her before. True. We walk to the car. Mom gets in, says goodbye, rolls up her window, takes a drink of her water, and starts off. She has a long drive ahead of her, and she works the late shift tonight. So that's when they first realize that they know each other and they're at the same camp. And then the story goes on to talk about how they recognize the fact that they're each other's person and that they know each other. And I guess you'll have to read on to see what happens. So the book is called Hidden again, and it's by Helen Frost. Thank you.